I just found out some rather shocking information about an organization that apparently some of our tax dollars are going to. Okay, there's an organization, household name, called Planned Parenthood. They deleted 402,000 babies. Okay, that's annually 402,000. That's a crazy amount. Mind you, our birth rates are plummeting.
Ugh.
Our birth rates are bad. So bad that the United States has to bribe people with $5,000 babies.
That's pretty awesome.
Which I'll take. I'll take a couple of those.
Yeah, I'll pop out a few more for that.
They made $2 billion with a B.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. They just last week got caught up in prescribing testosterone to 16-year-old girls without parental consent and no psychological evaluations. Same day.
Same day. It's like Amazon with that testosterone.
Defund Planned Parenthood. Yes.
Yeah.
They get $800 million a year.
Well, slow down. If we defund Planned Parenthood, where do you think you're going to get all your free contraceptives from?
I don't know if people go there for that. They're going there for same day TRT. Could you imagine if you were a kid in high school that got exposed to fitness content and then discovered all your favorite fitness content creators were on TRT
Trend.
and you were like, I can get free test?
You're like, hey, Planned Parenthood.
By just calling and saying I'm a girl, have my little sister call?
I identify as someone with 60 pounds more muscle than me and a football star.
No, I'm speaking. Yes, I mean that's funny, but I'm speaking like very linearly, like.
Oh yeah, just be like, get your little
Same
sister
day,
to
yes.
to
and get some TRT.
Come on, somebody.
No questions asked. No psych evaluation. $800 million a year from taxpayers.
Yeah.
Now I thought this was banned. I thought like my taxpayer dollars couldn't go to this procedure. I think it's called the Hyde Act. Can you look that up? There's a thing that was passed back when the folks who were pro-choice was about safe, rare, and legal. Yes. So like, I don't understand how this works. Hyde Amendment is a legislation provision barring the use of federal funds to pay for the deletion of babies. If they're getting $800 million a year, some of that has to be indirectly going to the deletion of babies, unless I'm just dumb. So, because that was passed back in a day, I want to say this was, when was this passed? I think Clinton had something to do with it.
Oh, it's like old. 1997.
1997, yeah, this is Clinton. Look at that. Look at my recall.
Come on, somebody.
This is when the Dems were safe, legal, and rare. Now go back to the X post, because it gets even darker. Shout to Lila Rose, friend of the channels. She said, in February, they deleted a teen and her unborn child in one of these crazy. This is Lexi. Okay, these are the stories no one tells you about. Lexi went Fort Collins for a second trimester deletion. Now, listen, this is really far along.
That's really far.
This is really far along.
You usually got a name at that point.
Any procedure like this is evil and shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
But this is really far along.
That's not a gummy
You're
bear.
You're showing.
That's what me and my wife would say. Like, oh, when they first in there, they look like a little gummy bear.
Yeah. No.
At this point, it's
that's
like
that's a baby,
like,
dog.
They're like showing your fingers. They're like, what's up?
That's a baby.
Yeah.
That's a baby. I think the youngest that survived is, I want to say, around this time. Meaning
22 weeks?
premature.
I think
born.
22 or 24.
It's in that window.
Yeah, it's in that window.
It's in that window.
They could be hooked up to a machine, incubator.
And they got a shot.
And they got a shot.
They got a shot.
Yep.
So she goes in. She's 18. She's 22 weeks along. So that's nearly 6 months. Lexi never came home. She suffered a catastrophic complication, an amniotic fluid embolism, life-threatening condition where the fluid enters the mother's bloodstream, causing sudden cardiac arrest and massive internal bleeding.
That is awful. That is so bad.
It demands immediate emergency care. Planned Parenthood wasn't equipped to handle that. You don't say. You mean the people that make billions of dollars botching unborn babies weren't equipped to provide emergency life-saving care, trying to delete a child that is 6 months in the womb?
They're like, if flushing her down into the toilet doesn't work, I don't know what else to do.
What? If this isn't negligence, I don't know what is, right?
It's crazy that they can do surgery and not be equipped to handle complications.
Right. Planned Parenthood wasn't equipped to handle it. Worse, they waited too long to call. Of course they did. They waited too long to call 911. They finally did. They requested no sirens, a chilling tactic to hide the emergency.
This is a sickness of the highest order.
Lexi's grandparents rushed to the hospital. They watched doctors fight to save her. Her vitals were all over the place after multiple doses of EPI and 7 liters of blood. Her blood pressure dropped. They saw in her face that it was her end. Planned Parenthood admitted they delayed Lexi's emergency transfer, and an independent physician testified that Lexi didn't receive the urgency of care. She got the silent siren treatment. Sheesh. Sidewalk counselors report ambulances are routinely directed through back entrances, no sirens, all to hide emergencies and preserve the lie that these operations are safe. A month later, Planned Parenthood affiliate fought against a bill that would hold these facilities accountable. They claimed to be a beacon of hope.
Darkness.
And they said they will always defend their patients, their dead patients, and her grieving family say otherwise. Every impacts 2 lives. It kills one and seriously injures, sometimes kills another. Pray for the defunding and closing of Parenthood. Yuck.
Ugh.
I can't believe this is taxpayer dollars are going to an organization like this. Not to mention just their evil origins.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? I was having a conversation with somebody and we were talking about Proverbs and fighting for the oppressed and being a voice for those without a voice. Proverbs 30. There's a lot of voices. There's a lot of verses in there. And oftentimes, like, that word oppression has been hijacked to just kind of mean whoever, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like in our modern context, like, what is the widow of today, right? Like, what is the widow of today? Like, widows and orphans, absolutely. Like, in the church, we should absolutely care. We see it. But today, what is that? And I think
teen
oftentimes you could argue like a teen mom, a single mom,
Come on,
right?
somebody.
Even though they did make decisions to get themselves in that sort of situation, they are often the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so instead of providing care, life-saving care for the mom and the child, and then providing services like organizations, Human Coalition, the tons of pregnancy resources, instead of like actually protecting and trying to preserve life,
Yeah.
you have an organization like this that prize on life. And the kicker in all of this is they would be framed as actually allowing women to delete their babies.
Yeah.
Would be framed as the compassionate charge to protect the oppressed. You see how distorted and perverted that is? And so people that are actually being oppressed, the baby in the womb, who does not have a voice or a decision in the process, though is a human biology, has no autonomy, has no voice.
Yeah.
And the inversion of the woman's ability to kill a human is positioned as protecting the oppressed. Like, that's how backwards some of this stuff is.
Is it federal money or is it that's federal tax dollars that are going to them?
I think so. I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that.
I'm
but yes,
leaving
I
the
think so.
country.
I think so. And so, the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So it's really sad. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right. I'll see you over there. Peace.